Hi friends, good morning and welcome to Saturday. Happy Saturday, guys. Top of the morning to you, as always, Monster Chaotic Orange, Tropical Orange. Always, always, always. Cheers, top of the morning. That is good. Oh. So, I had a 9 o'clock groom and they didn't show up, and that's all I had on the books for today. While I'm kind of happy they didn't show up, I'm bummed because it's going to make for a shitty day for business. Isabella had 4, now she has 2. Kelly, I think, has 3 full baths. So unless somebody calls and something pops up, we got nothing really growing for a Saturday, which is crazy because Saturdays are usually our biggest day. And I will say, as you can see behind me, it is a beautiful, beautiful day today. Right now it's 73 degrees. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful day today. So I get it, and as a business owner, it sucks. People are out in their yards, they're out on the boat, they're, whatever. Graduation parties, I don't know. Whatever's going on in the world, I don't know. I don't follow stuff anymore, really. So, but it is a nice day, so I get it, right? Like I said, so I'm sure people are out on the water. This is a boat town, and the surrounding areas, it's a boat area. I shouldn't say town, it's a boat area. There's lots of big lakes, a lot of people have boats, a lot of farmers, so I'm sure people are just busy today, and it's a nice day, so I'm sure they're out enjoying the weather. It does suck for us, but, it is what it is. It's the cost of doing business, I guess. It's unfortunate timing. The last 2 weeks I usually it's crunch time for me, right? Not that the rest of the month isn't crunch time. The first 2 weeks of the month, I call recover time because we have to pay all the bills, obviously, right? End of the month, first of the month. So that's why I say the last 2 weeks is crunch time and the first 2 weeks is recover time. And it's the last 2 weeks of the month, so it's our crunch time, and we've got, I don't know. And I talked about it before. It really is feast or famine down here. We had a couple months through winter. I wouldn't even say a couple months, maybe a month and a half through winter that was just dead. And I've had some people tell me that this is our first full summer. Obviously, we took ownership in the fall last year, so our first full summer, people have told me, strap in, be ready for it, because it's gonna suck. You'll have the dog days of summer, you'll have days, weeks, month, maybe a month where you'll be dead. So I don't know, and we're doing okay, but we're not doing that great to the point where, I could be okay with a dead month. I don't know how to explain it. We're okay, but I want to make as much money as possible, obviously. I want the business to succeed and be successful. So you save a little bit, and then you have a slow month or a slow couple weeks or whatever, and then that little bit you saved up is gone. So, but nonetheless, we're going to get today going. I got to head to the shop. I don't have anything for today, like I said, but we bought a new high velocity dryer. 2 of them have stopped working on us, so I'm going to run to the shop, drop it off, see if she needs help with anything. I don't know if the banks are open today or not because they were closed yesterday, so I don't know if they just all took a long weekend and closed all weekend. So I'm going to have to figure that out because I got some checks I got to deposit. And then just see what today brings. I would love to have just stayed at home and worked on the 4-wheeler today. That would have been great. AC's cranking in the garage, and just turn some music up and put my head down and get it. I got a little 32-inch TV. I would need to hang out in the garage. I want a bigger TV, but this one was free. So I think for right now, I might just hang that 32-inch out there. Just to have a TV out there. Not that I'm probably really I probably won't really watch anything, but just have the background noise. Sometimes that's a little better than music, because you don't have to deal with, like, obviously I have YouTube Premium, so I don't have to deal with ads and commercials and stuff. So sometimes just turning the TV on and running in YouTube, in the background would be better, because it'll be constant, consistent, no ads, no commercials, whatever. So I don't know. It won't take me. It'll take me probably 10 minutes to hang that thing, if that. So I might hang that if I end up coming back home. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but might end up hanging that little 32-inch TV for right now, and getting it logged in and hooked up or whatever to my accounts, or whatever you want to call it, smart TV, Roku TV, whatever. And then I might start working on the four-wheeler. I don't know yet, though. I do know I got to run to Walmart and get a few things. I don't know what she's going to need me to do at the shop. I know she did say that she may need help with one of the dogs, so baths. Whew, there it is. I've been getting dizzy lately. Just randomly. Just get real bad dizzy spells. I don't know what that's all about. Whew. I almost feel drunk for a second. Vertigo, maybe? I don't know, but that's bad. That is not good for anybody involved. Wow. Anyways, there's a nice boat going to the lake. See, told you. Well, you can tell it's Saturday in Columbia, in a small town. There's a lot of traffic. Normally, it's not like this. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll wait and see what today brings. I gotta stop at my work real quick, grab something. I left at the office yesterday, and then head to the shop. Stop and get something to eat, like always, of course. But wow, I don't know. There's another boat. See, everybody's going out to the lake. Kind of knew that was going to happen when the weather gets nice enough that could be that can happen. And if I had a boat and I didn't have to work, I'd probably be out on the water too. Well, I do have a boat, but it's just a little fishing boat. If I had a pleasure boat, a leisure boat, we would probably be out on the lake as well. Yeah, I had ideas and plans for this summer, and unfortunately, so if you watch the last couple videos, I talked about it. I had to fix the air conditioning in the little car. So I bought the 2016 Chevy Trax for my mother-in-law, and I knew the AC didn't work. I thought it was a blower motor resistor. So I bought a blower motor resistor, put it in. Still didn't turn on. Bought a blower motor, put it in. It worked for about 10 minutes. The cabin of the car filled with smoke and burning smell, and I cooked another blower motor resistor. Upon further investigation, one of the contacts for the blower motor resistor was burnt. I don't know what causes that. So the kit came with a new plug to splice in. I didn't think I needed to do it, so I didn't. So I burned up another blower motor resistor. I hope I didn't burn up another blower motor. It's going to be another 2 weeks now. Well, if it's a blower motor, if I burned up the blower motor, it'll be another 2 weeks. I hope it's just a blower motor resistor. I did order another one. That would have been Tuesday night. I did that because I was planning on driving the little car all week to work and start saving on some gas. So I'm hoping it's just a blower motor resistor, and that should be here in the next day or two, I think. What do we got going on here? If not, it'll be another week because I'll have to order the blower motor. So it'll turn into another 2 weeks from when I thought I could start driving the little car. I just like my air conditioning. It's uncomfortable. I don't know. it gets really hot down here, really hot, and I've got a phobia or a thing, whatever you want to call it, with body odor and smells, and it's gross to me. You know what I mean? Like, air conditioning shouldn't be it shouldn't have to be a luxury. It should be a necessity. Like, it shouldn't be something that has to cost exuberant amounts of dollars to fix or exuberant amounts of dollars to install. It should just be a necessity. There should be some kind of, I know this is going to sound very liberal of me, but there should be some kind of government funding to make sure everybody has air conditioning and it works. To me, it's just kind of gross to not have air conditioning. I don't know. That's just my take on air conditioning, I guess. I like being comfortable. And when I get hot, it's no good for anybody involved. I get very irritable. But otherwise, I'd be saving a ton of money on gas, I'll tell you that, because the highest it got was $4.20 or $4.30 a gallon, and I was spending like $120, $130 a week on gas, and that gets old fast. So I put an end to that, I thought, by helping my mother-in-law out and buying a little car, and I was hoping I'd be able to start saving some gas. But anyways, all right, well, today was a bust. Groomer got her 2 grooms in. All of Kelly's baths rescheduled to Monday. My groom didn't show up, so it is what it is. So I come in anyways. I brought the new high velocity dryer in, blower dryer thing in. We're gonna redecorate for the 4th of July. We did our new purple cotton candy Alani Nu taste test and review like we always do. Right now I'm getting all the 4th of July decorations out. I'm going to start getting everything decorated for the 4th of July. We're going to run 4th of July decorations for, watch out, babe. What it's going to be a week before. I wanted to do 2 weeks before, but it's going to be a week before 4th of July, and then we're going to run them a week after 4th of July. And then I think we're just going to put the summer vibes back out for decorations purposes. They'll probably do the pool party or whatever. I don't know. We may change it up. I've got a couple weeks to figure that out. Anyways, that's what we got going. I thought I had a groom to get done today, and it didn't happen. And I come in and let the girls play. I'll put a clip of the video, or you would have already seen it, or I'm gonna put it in here or whatever. Anyways, we let the Blue and Nyla play for a little while today, and I changed out. I fixed one of the high velocity dryers. Should I close this? I fixed one of the high velocity dryers. Let's see here. So this one still needs fixing. Only one. It's a twin motor, twin cylinder. Only one works. I still got to figure that one out. I fixed this one. This one works now. This one works. This one I need a new switch for. I think I'm going to have to reach out to the manufacturer for the new switch. And that one should be back up and running. And then we got the new one that I ordered. I was going to hang this one on the wall, but Kelly wants to keep it as a floater. So we've got this one. This one's actually pretty powerful for as small as it is. That's what she said. Whoops, knocking stuff over. So anyways, getting a productive day, I guess, for the most part, as far as that goes, fixing stuff, working on stuff. We're gonna redecorate. We're gonna take all the beach stuff down, pool party stuff. We're gonna put 4th of July stuff up. I don't have a lot of 4th of July decorations because, I mean, what can you really do for 4th of July besides just a bunch of Americana stuff? So we got a bunch of Americana stuff. We got these cute little dogs. Good Lord, how many did we get? We got these little wood things. We got American flag. Got a flag wreath. Oops, shit. Got a flag wreath and got a box full of goodies. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. So that's what I got growing. We got new backdrops, of course, for the 4th of July. So we're going to get this knocked out real quick here. All right. So 4th of July. We got little things, little gnome dudes. Just, you know, the cheesy stuff like we like doing. At the front of the house, USA, red, white, and blue. We hung those. They're kind of in the way, but whatever. I don't really care at this point. And then you got little stuff. We got a little star on there. A little firecracker.
What's in the way?
Star. Little dogs. Little 4th of July dogs. Little gnomes. Yeah, just the stuff. It's just the cheesy stuff like we like doing. Those, I'm just not, I don't know, it's just reusing the same spots we use all the time. So, anyways, that's done. And then we got one set up here and back, of course. Get some lights on. And, you know, of course, this one. And then we got just a little more cheesy stuff, decorations. Got some beads to put around the dogs, you know, like we like to do for the pictures. And then just a little 4th of July backdrop, you know, the thing. So, I don't know. I think I should have got maybe a smaller one or move this one down a little bit or something. I don't know. Because, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to get out of here for the day. We got to run to Walmart. We wanted to get out of here early, but after doing this, it's probably about closing time. Yeah. It's 1:20. We close at 2 on Saturdays, so it'd be about normal closing time for us almost. But, oh yeah, we put these out too. Didn't really know where to put them, so we just put them on top of the coffee bar. But we got lanyards, you know, all the regular merch. I'm not going to go over that. I've gone over it 1,000 times. You guys want some merch, holler at me in the comments. Send me an email, whatever. Pigeon messenger, smoke signals, you know, whatever it takes. We can get that shipped out to you. Email me or holler at me for pricing on stuff. We got hats, we got cups, you know. This stuff, we got drink koozies, fuchsia, blue, and black. We got sunglasses, we got the different hats, sunglasses, keychains. We got all the dog clothes. Said I wasn't going to go over the merch again, and then there I go going over the merch. Anyways, that's going to be a wrap for here at the shop today. It's kind of a bust for us, unfortunately, but nice weather. You know, it's not real hot, but the sun is shining. Pretty bluebird skies. Saw a lot of boats. Saw like 8 or 10 boats just on the way here today, and then as I've been here looking out the windows, walking around, saw probably 4 or 5 more boats. So, you know, everybody's getting out on the water. There's a lot of people out in the yards. It is what it is. You know, I get it. I kind of want to be at home working out in the garage myself today. Or just chilling in the AC watching movies or something. I don't know. But at work is not what I would like to be doing on a nice day like today. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. I don't know if this is where we're going to kill the video. What? Yeah, or, you know, taking your dog to the groomer and waiting for it. I really like this backdrop. That looks good. I do agree with you. It looks better for out here for, like, presents. But I almost think I should have just bought 2 of those. It'll never get here in time now.
That's all right.
Yeah. Anyways, I really like this one. I should have bought 2 of those and just put them one in front and back. I don't mind the other one, but that one looks really cool. I like the flag in the background with the fireworks. I think that one and the city line, this thing along the bottom there, city lights. Oh well, now we know for next year, I guess, right? So, Anyways, I don't know if this is where we're going to wrap the video up for today. I really don't. Depending on what I do at home today. I guess when we get home, what we got going on. So if it is, appreciate you guys as always. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If not, there'll be more. People have called me a hillbilly. People have said that I may or may not do things 100% the way I should. But I have never have I used coat hangers and wire to hold shit on. This exhaust, that's like wire. That's wire. That's wire. I've pulled more wire off. Pretty much all wire holding this exhaust. Pretty much all wire holding this exhaust on. I've lost almost 1,000% faith in humanity when it comes to this kind of stuff. I think the other part of this, for me, this is an $800 exhaust that somebody decided it was a good idea to hold on with wire and coat hangers. I will never understand that. Never, ever will I understand that. I got started working on the four-wheeler. I wasn't going to. I was just going to clean up some boxes out here, but I bought some rust remover. This being an $800 pipe, I really want to see if I can bring it back from the dead, make it look nice again. So I was just going to start cutting some boxes down and make room out here and move the mini bike and the dirt bike off the table, get them loaded in the bed of the truck so I can run them up to the storage unit. I got a little free TV over there, just a little 24 or 32 inch. Just trying to get that hooked up, but I don't know my login info for Roku, so that's on hold. I gave up on that for right now. So anyways, I started working on this thing, and I didn't move things around like I needed to. Still haven't taken those to storage. Now I have all the plastics, and I want to clean this pipe up. So I got to get all this stuff. We'll figure out where I'm going to put all this shit. And then go from there, I guess. Yeah. So, anyways, that's where we're at. I want to try to get this pipe cleaned up. See if I can bring it back from the dead. And hopefully reuse it and get a nice shine on it again. All that frustration I expressed a few minutes ago. And this makes it almost worth it. I'm being able to put a nice chrome finish back on this dilapidated pipe. This is an $800 exhaust that somebody has just let go to shit and ruin. I hope I can bring it back to life 100%, but we'll see. Some of it looks pretty bad, but we'll get in there. Hi friends, good morning. Yeah, I saw that there's sold the place and somebody was working there the other day. Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to today. Happy Sunday, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Getting a late start into the video for today. We've already been hard at it. Things weren't going my way this morning. I was in a bad mood, irritated, and things just kept snowballing and wasn't good for anybody involved. So we loaded the trailer up with non-essentials right now at the shop, or at home at the shop. So we loaded up the pit bike and the mini bike, a stupid bookshelf that I don't understand why we even have anymore. It should have been thrown away years ago because it never gets used. Took that stuff to storage. The paddle tires I bought, the dune tires, I bought them for the rims, more or less, because I doubt I'll ever race in the sand anywhere. But nonetheless, I got the rims and tires for way less than what it would have cost me just for rims. So I was going to take them to the storage unit. They're in the bed of the truck, and I just forgot about them. And then I get to the storage unit, and I didn't have as much room as I thought I did, so we had to take stuff from one unit, put it into another. And I have one unit that's supposed to be strictly for toys, and we ended up, now that we've actually moved into the house, we've been able to make some room in the big unit that was housing all of our household stuff. So we were able to make some room, but my unit, or they're both my units, but my unit, the toy box, the toy box, we've ended up putting the shop stuff there, decorations and stuff. So there was like 4 or 5 tubs of decorations and a couple skellies and just a bunch of other random stuff from past holidays decorations. So we loaded that in the trailer, went around the block to the other unit, and just moved things around. And we had to run to the shop, let the dogs out, feed them, all that jazz. Much later start than we wanted to today, but just because things didn't go right. Anyways, we're loaded up. We're headed to Campbellsville. We're going to get some lattice for our deck. The dogs keep going under the deck, and it's annoying. They get under there, and there's nasty spiders that can really do some damage. Our dogs keep ending up having allergic reactions, and we're fairly certain it's from spider bites. There's a skunk that likes to hang out underneath the deck. Yes, we own a grooming salon and we have skunk shampoo, but I still don't want to have to deal with that. So we're going to go get some lattice, and we're going to put it around the bottom of the deck. So that's kind of one of the plans for today. And then my mother-in-law's invited us over for dinner. She wants us to help her move her living room around, and in exchange for cooking us dinner, I guess. So anyways, we're gonna run to Campbellsville. It sucks because there's somewhere else we need to go today too, but they're not open on Sundays, and it's in Campbellsville, and we're gonna be right there next to it. But it's just the way the rocks fall, I guess, or whatever the saying is. The way the cake crumbles, or whatever. That's a nice the cookie, she's telling me, apparently. Allegedly. Wow, Dollar General's busier than shit. Holy cow. Like a dozen cars there. I did some work on the four-wheeler last night. I had other plans, and then I just kind of sat down and started tinkering with one thing, and one thing led to another, and then that led to another, and then that led to another, and then that led to me being out in the garage for 4.5 hours, and that was not what I had planned at all. I'd planned on going out there for maybe an hour and a half, breaking some boxes down, cutting them into smaller pieces, getting them into the dumpster, just organizing some stuff, making some room, and then going back inside and spending some time with my wife and watching our TV shows. And she hasn't said it yet, but I'm sure I upset her last night. That is a beautiful red. I love that Cadillac. I'm sure that probably upset her and upset me, but I get in the zone and I lose track of everything around me. So I did get the TV hung in the garage. It was a freebie. Obviously, I've talked about it. I like a much bigger TV, so it's easier to see. But you can't beat a freebie. Still do. I have 3 or 4 TV wall mounts that I had bought that didn't fit. I bought the wrong ones. They were too small for the TVs we needed. I didn't look at the measurements like always. What do I always say? I don't know how to look at measurements. So I had 3 or 4 wall mounts already, and I got this TV for free. I ended up buying a remote at Walmart for it, and got that hung up on the wall last night. Got it hooked up and running. I started to polish the expansion chamber pipe. It's an $800 exhaust, and the silencer is trashed, and it's not available through the website. You can get just a silencer, I think, for like $150 or $180 or something like that. For the Toomey, the expansion chamber, the whole kit is $800. I don't remember how much just the expansion chamber was, but I'm really gonna try to polish this one up, and so far so good. It's huh? I don't either. Uh-oh. About to lose the trash bag back there. Oh well. It's got a lot of mud caked on it, and I did polish it up quite a bit. It's got some rust starting. No pitting yet, thank God. So I got the the buffing pads out, the real abrasive ones. I got the chrome polish out, and then some rust remover and some degreaser. Just kind of started to go to town on it, and my OCD or my ADD or whatever, OCAD, whatever mental function I have going on, kicked in, and I continued to spend like 3 hours polishing that pipe and trying to clean that pipe up. Didn't finish it. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. There's a lot of mud and junk caked on one part of it, so I think I'm going to have to, I don't know, maybe mix up some hot water and Dawn dish soap or degreaser or something and just let the pipe soak, I think. Ouch. And just let that pipe soak, I think. And then hit it with the polisher, the buffing
Hot
wheel.
sauce makes the pennies shine.
Hot sauce, okay. All right. The only problem with that is, well, I suppose let it soak. Yeah, it'd probably start eating away at the chrome finish. But anyways, I've got half the pipe looking really good, and that's what I was shooting for. Like I said, you know, the bike came with an $800 exhaust. I don't.
They sold that really nice.
Yeah, they do. It looks super nice. But I mean, I'm sure money's no object to them, judging by the size of their property, their house. Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Money's no object. I'm sure they pay somebody to keep it looking that goddamn good. I really wanted to try to utilize that $800 exhaust if I can. The silencer's roached. It's pretty clapped. But I did, with the parts bike I just bought, it did come with a Pro Circuit pipe. And they don't sell that particular pipe anymore that I can find. New. I found a couple, you know, new previously owned pipes, but and that one cleaned up good. It's got no packing in it, of course, so I'm going to buy fiberglass packing for it, and I'm going to just mix the two together. We're going to have the Toomey expansion chamber with the Pro Circuit silencer on it. Not ideally what I wanted, but it's still period error correct for that bike, so that's kind of the way I'm going with it to an extent. I want everything period correct, even though what I'm doing, my plan for this four-wheeler is, you know, we've talked about it. I want to slam it to the ground, make a badass little TT bike out of it, which I've already got. Huh?
Telling me better move it.
I've already got the lowering kit. I've got the high compression head. It came in. So I've got a lot of the parts. Most of the parts have showed up. I did order an engine stand, just a cheap one off Temu, but I got a super good deal on it. I had a bunch of credits. So I think it's like $100 engine stand, and I think I only ended up paying like $5 for it because all the credits I had on Temu. And then I looked on eBay, and they're like $100, $120. So, and it's the exact same one. So that's on its way. A new clutch, new carburetor. I got a carburetor boot, but it doesn't. I don't know. I've got to figure this out, and I haven't put everything together yet. I haven't even attempted it yet because I didn't have the room. But the boot I bought is supposed to be for a blaster, and the reeds I bought fit into the head, but I haven't tried the boot. I've tried the boot on the reeds, and it doesn't match up. So I don't know I think I bought the wrong boot, but it says it's for, I don't know. So anyways, I've got to figure that out. I did get one of the tables cleaned off last night, my little work table, bench, whatever you want to call it. It's an old wood table, kitchen table. It's really sturdy because it's old, and it's made out of real wood, not that pressed crap. So I've been using that as a workbench. Dad was just going to throw it away or burn it or whatever. That was his plan before he passed away. And I said, well, let's keep this one. I'd like to use it for a workbench. So I kept the one. And it's been a good workbench so far. So anyways, my plan is to buy one of those service cards, and I still may. It is Father's Day, so I may just buy myself a gift today. One of them service cards, like, I don't know what they are, 20 24 by 36 or something like that, with the 4-inch sides on it, so nothing can roll away. And I thought that'd be kind of a good idea to rebuild the motor in, so I don't lose anything. Kind of lay everything out on that wooden bench table thing, and then but keep the motor in that cart, and that way nothing can get lost. But there again, now there too, then I have that cart I've got to wheel around the shop, and when I'm done rebuilding this motor and get this four-wheeler back together, then I've got the cart in the way, and I won't need it for a while until I start building something else, whether I start the restoration on the CR125 or whatever I decide to do with the parts four-wheeler I bought, if I decide to start trying to put that together to make it a running four-wheeler. It needs a case. One of the sides of the case is cracked really bad. It's not fixable, so I'd have to find the side of the case that I would need. And then again, do I want to stick the money into it type thing. But I love my vintage two-strokes, and I think I'm going to stick to the two-strokes for a while. Obviously, I still have my Predator. I'm going to re-race in the Predator, of course, but I wanted to build the TT quad, and then I want to get going on the CR125. Now, keep in mind, both the Blaster and the CR125 both run and ride. I want to make them mine. I want to make them special to me. And like I've talked about before, build that two-stroke collection up from the bikes of what I would have wanted what I wanted as a kid, stuff I drooled over in the magazines and what have you. Thus the CR125 and the Blaster, and hopefully eventually one day a Banshee, a 250R, all in time. And the way prices are going with things, they're investments. So, at some point, they're all going to be worth way more than I could even imagine having into them. Banshees are going between $6,000 and $10,000. 250Rs, $4,000 and $8,000. And these bikes weren't even that much brand new. The CR125 will be there at one point. The Blaster will get there at one point, because yes, they made millions of them, but at some point in time, they're going to start disappearing, and people aren't going to have an interest in them. And guys my age that grew up in that era are going to start dying off, and their kids probably won't care to have them, and they'll sell them or junk them or whatever. Who knows? So anyways, we're headed to Campbellsville. Probably boring you. Getting moving on the dirt bike, or the four-wheeler build. We're going to build the motor, powder coat, all that stuff. We're going to get this lattice put up. It's going to be a fun series. We'll drop some pictures and some video in from last night. We're going to combine these two videos. Obviously, you would have figured that out by now. Saturday and Sunday together. So I'm going to crank the tunes, crank the AC, and we're going to 20 more minutes or so in our drive, and we're going to get there. So let's get it. It's so crazy how the same product with a different name on it at one store and then a different name on it at another store can be such a price difference. What are we doing here? I don't understand. I bought no turn signal, just moseying your way over. Go! So I bought the lattice at Lowe's, and I went and got a box of screws. And then I looked for number 2 bits, and they're $10 for 10 number 2 bits at Lowe's. And I'm like, nah, screw that. I'm going to Hobo Freight. Ran over to Hobo Freight, and they were $4 for 10 number 2 bits. Exact same packaging, just a different name. I don't remember the name at Lowe's, but Harbor Freight, they're Warrior. Exact same product. Different store, different name. They're $6 cheaper. I don't understand that. I never will understand that. Anyways, lattice acquired, screw bits acquired. I probably got a dozen number 2 bits at home somewhere, but it's easier just to buy new. And I got more, because I won't go through 10 of them. So, yeah, bless you. I don't... Lost my train of thought. Headed back to Columbia. Dropped by the house, drop the trailer off, and then head over to Mom's. We're going to be just about on time. It's 1 o'clock, we're supposed to be there. Well, we were going to get there at noon to move the furniture around, because after we eat, we're probably not going to feel like doing anything.
Now you're going to have to.
Now we're going to have to, yes. It probably won't take long to move the furniture around, but anyways. Yeah, that's my day in a nutshell. Nothing exciting, nothing fun, just a little project at the house. And we got the supplies for now, so as time permits, and hopefully it'll be a day where it's not so scorching hot, we'll be able to get it done. And hopefully I bought enough, because what do I always do? Forget to look at measurements, I forget to measure. Yeah, I didn't measure, so I'm guessing. I figured I needed 7 and I bought 9, and that's just guessing. So I hope I'm right, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, I've got a pounding headache. It's blistering, scorching hot, and I'm over today already. So, anyways, headed back to Columbia. We're going to go and grab lunch with Mom, and probably be it for the day. When I get back to the house, probably won't do much else. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, friends. Good morning. A little different morning scene. I took half a day off from work today. So, we had a few grooms. I'm letting the groomer take care of them. Maybe not the best business decision on my part, just because I have to split them with her, but it is what it is. I don't know. So anyways, I'm out here in the shop. I got a few things I'm going to do before I head in today. I do have to go in. I need to go in and help Kelly with some stuff. That being said, I figured I'd give you guys a little quick tour of the blasters. So I have the one that I'm going to rebuild. And turn it into a little TT bike, and then I have the parts machine, and I've got some plans and some ideas here. I don't know where I'm going yet, but real quick here, let's just go. This is the parts machine. So obviously it's a parts machine. I mean, there's only one lug holding that rim on. It came with 2 top ends. One he said both are blown up. The bottom end is in okay shape. It turns over, doesn't leak. There hasn't been any spots. It was in the trailer, and there was no leaks under the trailer. Under this quad when it was in the trailer, there's no leaks now. The gunk that's inside the motor is nasty. It's got really nice tires on it, at least on the rear. The fronts are okay. They're not dry rotted or anything. They got good tread left on them. But this is just simply that, a parts quad. So like my idea was, and then the blaster that I'm going to redo. And I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. I could redo either one. This one's complete, it runs. But I've got, aftermarket parts for it anyways. So it doesn't really matter which one I guess I'm going to redo. So like the plan here, or the idea, is I want to keep this thing somewhat completely together, because it is complete for the most part. The parts quad, I'm going to strip this one down, and this is the one I'm going to take to powder coat. because then once this comes back from powder coat, I work a lot. Okay, so just let's back up a little bit. I work a lot. You guys know that, right? If you follow my channel, if you follow along with what I do, I work a ton between my county job, being a business owner, and actually working at the business. I work a lot. So my big fear is, and not that I couldn't research it, there's tons of YouTube videos on blasters. Thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of people have built, rebuilt, restored, modified, whatever Yamaha blasters, right? Not that I couldn't get on YouTube and figure it out. I don't want to do that. I want to do it all on my own. So my thought process is, if I have the parts machine, I can send this to powder coat, all the parts to powder, get them stripped, recolored. Wait till you see the color combos. Going vintage. And then when the parts come back, I can start assembling it, but I can disassemble, reassemble. Now, I am going to pull the motor out of this one, the complete one. I am going to pull that motor and I'm going to build it. I am going to build that motor. It does run and ride right now, but I've got some more go fast parts for it, and some nice cosmetic parts too. It's going to make it look really nice. This thing's probably going to be too nice when I'm done with it. I'm probably not going to want to ride it. And that's the whole reason we do this, right? But anyways, that's my thought process, right? So the simplicity, just for the simple fact that because I work a lot, I don't want to risk forgetting where something goes. I don't want to risk losing anything if these things have to sit for a couple weeks, torn apart, parts everywhere. I wanted to get a service cart for when I build that motor. I wanted to get one of the big service carts, and I still do. They're just expensive, you know, like $130, $100 to $130 for that service cart. And the whole reason with that is it's 4 inches deep, so nothing can roll off, nothing can get lost. I mean, things can still get lost, obviously, could get lost, but it's just less opportunity for things to get lost, right? So, I wanted to do the service cart so that way I could put the motor in it and just slowly rebuild it as I go. And then I don't have to worry about anything getting lost. I just can't justify spending the money on it for just that. And then, you know, as you can see, I mean, look around. There's not a lot of extra room in here. So, I mean, that stack of boxes is going to go out to the barn today, the mini barn out back. I'm going to see if the chair will fit in the mini barn out back. That bookshelf will fit in the mini barn out back. Both storage units are full again. I mean, you know, the dog cages are probably the biggest thing that take up so much space. Hi, Kayasi. Hi, babies. The dog cages take up a ton of space. But, you know, I could free up some space here if I get this chair and that bookshelf out into the mini barn out back. I'd be able to push the golf cart back even more, or keep it where it's at. Utilize the front and rear space. It just, I don't know. And then this has got to go in the dumpster, but the dumpster's full right now, and I don't know when they're going to pick it up. So it's just a lot of moving parts, right? I don't have access to a lot of stuff that I wish I did. I spent an hour and a half breaking down boxes yesterday. We went a little too hard getting boxes for Mom for helping her move. Went way too hard in the paint getting boxes to help Mom move. And that being said, I spent an hour and a half breaking boxes down, cutting them up into smaller pieces so they take up less real estate in the dumpster. But nonetheless, we made some room yesterday, cleaned some things up, and was able to bring this four-wheeler in, because it was either going to have to go back in the trailer, which I don't like, because then you got to move it every time you want to use the trailer. And we've been helping Mom move, so like it's kind of a pain in the ass to have to pull the four-wheeler out, use the trailer, and then put the four-wheeler back. And I just thought, well, if I can make room enough here in the garage, it can just stay out here in the garage, and then that way I can work on it. So, anywho's in way, I think we're going to start here and get after it. I'd like to get the motor pulled out of this parts quad today so I can store the quad on end. So it takes up less of a footprint. Again, less real estate. I was looking at this though. The rear motor mount bolt is also the swing arm bolt. So I gotta be careful because I don't know if I pull that bolt out, I'm pretty sure the swing arm's going to drop with it. So I got to maybe figure out something, maybe run something in on this side to hold the swing arm in place so I knock the bolt out and pull the motor out. But anyways, like I say, just thought I'd give you guys a quick little update. We're just going to start the blaster project. Like I say, I got a lot of parts for it. I've got the OEM carb. It's got a China carb on it now. I did buy a Nibby carb for it as well. I do have the factory carb, which I would like to use the factory carb rather than one of the China ones. I've just had better luck with factory carburetors. The black and pink Polaris Predator had a China carb on it, and I could never get that thing to run right. Never. I mean, it ran good. It just was really hard starting, and had issues with it idling. I get it to idle. Sometimes I could, sometimes I couldn't, and it's just frustrating. And I've had that happen with other things too, with China carbs. So, anyways, I'm gonna get this going. I'm gonna run to Walmart today. I'm gonna get crankcase oil, so I've got it for the motor. Got to get a couple new Dremels for the shop. And then I got to be to the shop by 1 o'clock to help Kelly with a couple baths. I hope these people show up, because I'm going to be pretty ticked off if they don't. But anywho's the way, I'm going to get after it, so let's get it. Alright, sometimes things work out for me. So, I've got the lowering kit installed. Now, I know, well, you're just going to tear it all apart. I wanted to see how low we're going to be sitting. So, the rear, this just aggravated the hell out of me even more. The rear shock is missing the factory bolts, and it has this conglomeration plus more that fell on the floor. There's washers everywhere. There's this, looks like a tie rod nut. I don't know. Focus. Looks like a tie rod nut or something. That was holding the upper mount on. Shock mount on, but nothing's tight. It's just sitting loosely. But when I said I wanted the quad slammed to the ground and low, I wasn't kidding. This thing is low, and I love it. I'd like to go a little lower, but I think I'd have to go wider if I did that. But yeah, so anyways, I'll drop in some clips of before and after of the exact actual measurements. I think we got about 2.5, 3 inches in total drop with this kit. And it's not even really a kit. It's here, I'll show you. It's the shock relocation brackets for the front. And then, I mean, it is a kit, but I didn't buy it together. And then it's this deal here, and that is adjustable. There's 2 other rungs, so I could bring it up some if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to. I like how low it sits. Let me show you. That is low. We are like 4 inches off the ground at the lowest point. And I'm super happy with that. I got the motor out, by the way, too. It's right there. So, stock blaster, lowered blaster. I keep wanting to say Banshee, because I want a Banshee so freaking bad. It's getting kind of aggravating, to be honest. But anywho's in way, yeah, pretty excited about that. That makes me happy. Getting somewhere, I guess. I'm probably just going to leave everything on it for right now, because I have to start finishing up. Kelly texted me and said that I have to be to the shop by noon now, so it's about a little after 11. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it quits for right now. I wonder what the new control arms will do. I got new control arms too. It shouldn't take me long to put, well, maybe because the ball joints and stuff. Yeah, it'll probably take too long. New control arms will be another day. I am going to bring them out though and just mock them up. Just hold them up to it and see if they're adjustable, but I think they're stock length. I don't think they're extended. I don't remember what I bought. They weren't very much, so I can't imagine that they're anything crazy. front brake must have blocked up or something. There's a bald spot on the tire. Just noticed that. The front brake must have locked up. Makes sense because the cable's broke or cut on that side, so I bet the brake did lock up. Anyways, I'm super happy with where it's sitting, literally. It's slammed, it's lowered. I'm going to try to move some things around and get them side by side so you can see a comparison from stock to the lowered. Slowly coming together. It makes me happy. Well, one thing I didn't take into consideration for, which they're gonna get rebuilt. I don't know. This shock might be blown. I don't know because I sit on the other blaster, and it doesn't bounce as much as this one does. So I think this shock is blown. Rider weight, because when I stand on this thing, and if I bounce, I'm hitting the ground. But I think the rear shock is blown because it bounces a lot. It's really bouncy. But anyways, here they are next to each other. Huge difference. I'm so happy with that. Like I just can't even describe how happy I am with that. That thing is slammed to the ground. I love it. It could be lower, but it's about 4.5 inches off the ground without me on it. But it moves quite a bit when I'm on it. But I think this shock is blown, like I said. So if there's any uneven surface, I'm going to get hung up. But I may have to come up a notch on that bracket. I don't know if we can see it from here. No, can't. There's 3 notches. I may have to move it to the middle one. And then it'll sit a little higher without me on it. But then once I'm on it, and again too, it may just be that rear shock. That rear shock might be blown. But if I move it to the middle rung, I think if I move it to the middle rung, it'll sit a little higher without me on it. But when I get on it, it'll sit at the same height if I'm on the middle rung, I think. But anyways, I gotta start wrapping it up. I gotta clean up here, and then I gotta start getting ready to head to the shop. So at least I got a little something done today. I got the motor pulled on the blaster, the parts blaster. Got the lowering kit installed to see what it's going to look like. So I'm pretty happy about that. I did want to get all the wiring and cables disconnected and stuff today, but maybe later today when I get home, I can do that. I don't know. We'll see. And just start getting it cleaned up, I guess. I don't know. I'm super happy with it, though. This makes me really happy. Like, this thing is going to look so cool when it's done. Especially the color scheme I'm going with. I'm going to have to get on the other blaster and see if it moves that much with me on it, because I don't think it does. Anyways, this isn't going to be the end of the video. It's just going to be the end of the portion of the video for blaster content. So, unless I pick this back up later tonight. Cleaned up, changed clothes, and headed to the shop. Kelly just texted me, that is a big truck to be swerving in my lane, bud. Kelly just texted me and told me that I've got a groom there waiting for me now, which I didn't know about. She said it just popped up. So I'm headed in. You know, I'm gonna be honest, she needed help with a couple baths today, and I was kind of looking forward to just going in and doing that, and then running the errands I need to run. And now I got a groom. I was not trying to mess around with grooming no dang dogs today. But it is what it is. Gotta make money. Like I said this morning earlier, it's kind of, you know, a bittersweet situation. You know, like, it's a bad business move if I'm not grooming, because that's 100% profit for the shop. I don't pay myself, obviously. If I let my groomer work, then I gotta split them with her, and I gave her all the grooms for today rather than me taking them. So it's bittersweet, because it's nice to actually finally have a freaking day off, but now I really don't have a day off, because have to go up to the shop anyways to help Kelly, but then now I've got a groom, so I'm not complaining. I mean, I am in a little bit in a sense, just because it's nice not having to work 7 days a week. And this is my long week at my county job. I have to work Saturday, this coming Saturday, so you know, it's going to be a 7-day work week. I mean, it's always a 7-day work week, but it's going to be a long 7-day work week for me again now. Unless tomorrow changes. Right now, tomorrow, I did the same thing. Nothing on the books for me. Groomers got them all. Gotta keep her fed, otherwise she'll go find somewhere else to work, and I don't want that. So, you know, it's like I say, it's a bittersweet situation, because it's bitter in the fact that if I don't work, shop ain't making no money, but it's sweet because I get a day off. But anyways, headed in now. See what she's got for me. I don't even know what it is. See what she's got going on for me, and maybe I'll be able to knock it out quick and get back on with the rest of my day. That looks like a dog. Makes me sad. Get back on with the rest of my day. I got to run to Walmart, grab a few things that we forgot when we went. Was it Saturday? I think it was. Yeah, Saturday. I'd like to go to the storage unit and get these dang four-wheeler tires out of the back of my truck, but we're going to have to make room for that too, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But anyways, that's what we got growing. Headed in, see what we got for this groom. Luna. Luna, pretty girl. Well, that's a wrap for today, folks. I ended up catching a groom, got it done, and Kelly didn't end up needing my help. Did not end up needing my help. There was, let me bring the mower. Hopefully it don't rain tomorrow. What was I gonna say? She thought she was gonna need my help with a bath and nails on 2 larger dogs, and then we had another client that came in for just a bath, and usually she has us clean up the dog's face too. I'm normally here. Today wasn't the case. Kelly didn't end up needing help with the dogs. The owners helped her. They said that they'll probably do better if they are able to come back, and they did. They helped out. I was there grooming the other dog, and then the client that just came in for the bath today, that normally gets feet and paws cleaned up, she didn't have us do that today, so she didn't end up needing me today. But then we had that groom pop up, a walk-in, so it worked out. It's no big deal, no harm, no foul. More money for the business. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's that's a wrap for today. That's just another day. I was kind of planning on going home, working the garage a little bit more, but not now because it's almost 6 o'clock and it's probably going to start storming here directly. So, not really wanting to try to run between raindrops when it starts pouring and have to get back into the house. But I don't know, probably just gonna go home and kick my hooves up and relax. Try to enjoy the rest of my day off, what's left of it. And then tomorrow I ended up 2 grooms, back to back, 8 and 10. And we'll see what else tomorrow brings. I don't know. I may just call it and be done. They'll probably, the second groom starts at 10, it'll take me till noon probably. I may just say screw it and be done for the day when I'm done with that second groom. Or we'll see, you know, what happens. And if we end up getting more, I get more. If I don't, I'll leave and go home. Call it early day. being a business owner can be tough sometimes. Making decisions and paying all the bills, and when you've got so much money that's due every month, it puts a stress on you. I guess if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? Isn't that the old saying? If it was nobody cares, work harder. If it was easy, everybody'd do it. That really rings true when you start thinking about things, and you know, it's a lot of money that goes out every month, and you question, you know, is it worth it? Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the headache? You know, I've talked about it before. We're a little over $3,000 a month. That's just the operating costs. We have to make a little over $3,000 a month just to operate. You know, and that's a big chunk of money. That's nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of losing myself on where I'm going with all that, but $3,000 a month just to pay the bill, $32-ish $100 just to pay the bills and stay open. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, if it was easy, everybody'd do it, I guess. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Appreciate you guys. I don't know where I'm going to go with this one. If it's going to be a mixture or just the four-wheeler stuff. Anyways, appreciate you guys as always. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.